Hey, it's Patrick from JMP Cycles, and today we're going to show you how to install our Vance and Hines Hi-Output mufflers on our Fat Bob. This is the 2019 Fat Bob. For all of the Milwaukee-Eight powered Fat Bobs, this installation is going to be the same. There is another version of this Hi-Output muffler available. The only difference is the badging. We're using the 40th anniversary ones on our bike here, but the standard one will be exactly the same. Something else I want to address right up front is everybody always asks, do I need to tune my bike? And I always have the same answer. Even if your bike's stock, it could benefit from a tune. And whenever you are modifying the air curve of your bike, you really should modify the fuel curve to match that. If you guys are looking for a tuner after an upgrade like this, or an intake like we have on this bike, something like the FP3 is perfect. But right now, we're gonna get to taking these apart. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna loosen the torquer clamps behind here. And then there's also a band clamp that holds this heat shield on here. For this installation, we're going to be getting rid of this heat shield. We won't be reusing it. So we're going to loosen the torquer clamp. We're going to loosen the band clamp. After we do that, we're going to take these two T27s out here, and then we're going to move on to the Allens that are behind here. These Allens are 3/16. The top ones you access here from the top, and the bottom ones you access up from the bottom. The top ones can be a little bit tricky. You may have to go to the Allen key with the crescent wrench on it to get this one loose. This one up here is particularly a little bit tough to get to, but it's totally doable. So let's get these off and get to putting our new mufflers on. We're gonna reuse these T27s, so you need to set them aside. A nice little trick, you can stick this in there, just take a crescent wrench, put it down on there, and that's going to give us some leverage to break those Allen bolts loose. So now we're ready to put the new mufflers on. It doesn't matter top or bottom for these mufflers. You can use them any which way you want. Vance and Hines does send new muffler clamps. So the only thing you need to pay attention to is when you put these muffler clamps on, the top one, you want the nut facing up, and the bottom one, you want the nut facing down. That's just for access when you go to tighten it up. We are going to reuse the T27s that we took out of the heat shield and the 3/16 Allens, actually mount it to the muffler bracket. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our torquer clamps orientated how we want. I'm gonna put the bottom muffler on first, and then I'll put the top muffler on. So we're going to slide this muffler onto the bottom one, and basically we're looking to put these two lugs here in these kind of slots here, and then we're going to start the 3/16 Allens. We're just going to get them started. We're not going to tighten them up. You could, if you wanted to, put Loctite in these. I don't really think it's necessary. And like I mentioned, we're just going to start these 3/16 screws. We're definitely not going to tighten them up right now. So now with this muffler, it's on there, but it's not tight. We need to line the heat shield back up. So the muffler will have a little play in it. So with the heat shield, we're going to put our T27s back in here and torque them down to 120 inch-pounds. So we have our T27s torqued. Now we're gonna go back, we're gonna tighten up our 2 Allens right here, and then the last thing we're gonna do to this muffler is tighten our torquer clamp to 40 foot-pounds. Then we're gonna repeat the same procedure here on the top muffler. Always make sure to wipe off your pipes before you start your bike up. Otherwise it'll burn your greasy paw prints in there, and you'll have them on there forever. A couple quick things to note. This is a 50-state compliant exhaust for all you California folks because it is behind the catalytic converter. With the stock header pipes, on this particular model, we are keeping the cat. It's up in here somewhere. But with this Vance and Hines HO step design and that nice perf core baffle in there, you're gonna get a really, really good sound, which is what we want. So let's fire this baby up and hear what it sounds like. That sounds much better than the stock pipes. As always, have any questions, feel free to drop us a comment. Go work on those motorcycles.